This is chapter 2, India versus Pakistan at the Asia Cup. We beat them in round 1. Can Rohit Sharma pull off an encore over here? To discuss that and more, we have with us joining live at this point in time. There is Preeti Dahiya, who's the correspondent of Z. And we also have sports lead of India.com cricket country, Sajal Patra, joining us right now. So let's start with you, Preeti. First of all, let's just address the elephant in the room. Ravindra Jadeja has picked up an injury, right? So yes, there are three options. Who comes instead of him? There is Deepak Hooda, there is Akshar Patel, and then there is Ravichandran Ashwin. The word is that Akshar Patel is going to be a like-for-like replacement. What do you think about it?
Honestly, if you were to ask me, Ankit, I would go for somebody like a Deepak Chahar. I know that you are looking for a spin all-rounder, but looking at the wicket and looking at the quality of competition and the way they bring in their paces, I would still want to bring in somebody like a Chahar. I feel that, agree, Ashwin is a very good option, but the fact is that when it comes to batting, can he deliver in that all-rounder's position? He definitely is no match for Ravindra Jadeja's skills in batting department. Spinning, definitely, he has a lot of experience. He's the informed man. He's been traveling with team for a long time. What does he do while traveling? Because he's never made it to playing 11. That's another question. So yeah, perhaps today is his lucky day. He might make it to playing 11. I doubt that Akshar Patel will be roped in the playing 11. So I would go between either Ashwin or Chahar. And if it's a spin all-rounder, then they might go with Ashwin last minute. However, I do think that we also need batting of Chahar.
Sajal, what do you reckon over here?
That's an interesting question, actually. See, with the kind of selection that they have made in the first couple of matches, it's very difficult to predict what they're going to go with. Nobody expected Rishabh Pant to sit out in the first match. They played Dinesh Karthik. KL Rahul, at times you see KL Rahul opening, then they have tried Rishabh Pant in the past as well in the opening. So ahead of the T20 World Cup, I'm not too sure what the batting order is at the moment, to be very honest with you.
So I think we are all confused about things over here.
Yeah, but I do believe that they can also try. I don't know what Deepak Hooda is doing, because you see, there's one thing which is very clear in my mind. If you have to win a T20 World Cup or a tournament like of this magnitude, you need to have more than 5 bowling options. If going back, a couple of years, not just a couple of years, probably about 15, 20 years when Ganguly was the captain, the advantage he had is that he played with 4 bowlers, but then he had 5 or 6 other options, like Sehwag could bowl, Tendulkar himself could bowl, Ganguly himself could bowl. So, that is where this team has been lacking. The batters bat, the bowlers bowl, but you don't have that part-time option. Kedar Jadhav used to bowl a couple of overs, you have seen in the previous, whenever he used to play. But in this team, Hardik Pandya probably does that job. So in terms of the bowling options, I probably would be very tempted to play Deepak Hooda, because he will give you that 2-3 overs. In a T20 match, one bowler will get hit. That's the reality of the format. And if one guy gets hit, and if you have only 5 options, you are forced to use that guy as well. You don't have any other choice.
No, but there is another elephant in the room. It's not just about one bowler getting hit. In the first 2 matches, we've seen the bowler that got hit was Avesh Khan. Even Avesh Khan is ruled out. Then who's going to be the other replacement? Who do we have? Right. That's why I feel that we are struggling in terms of composing our playing 11. We do not have a clear-cut idea. And sadly, in the press conference that Coach Rahul Dravid addressed, he did not give any indication of what are the options in front of us. In the same team, you've seen Rishabh Pant and Dinesh Karthik feature, 2 wicketkeeper batsmen come in. Now, one of your lead pace attacks, Avesh Khan, is injured. Your leading all-rounder, Ravindra Jadeja, is injured. Who are you going to bring in for these 2 people? Not just Jadeja. I'm also worried about the second pacer who's going to give support to Bhuvi apart from Arshdeep.
Right.
Preeti, you're talking about Deepak Chahar over here. What is his status? Because you must be getting inputs from Dubai about what is happening. He was ruled out. The Kuldeep Sen came into the side. But we saw pictures of Deepak Chahar bowling in the nets to KL Rahul. Yeah. So what is the scenario like? Akash Chopra came out
frankly,
with the
Ankit,
he too asked the same question.
I think he's looking absolutely fine. To be honest, you don't know how fit a person is when it comes to assessing his match fitness till the time he is in the match. So when it comes to looking at him in the nets, I did see him there. I saw him practicing his fielding also at the boundary. I saw him bowling in the nets. He looked absolutely fine. And that's why I'm wondering, why are we not exploring that option? Deepak Chahar was one of the most expensive players in this IPL before he got injured. And then, before that, he was the best performing all-rounder for the country, right? Now, if we don't test him here after he's made a comeback, then why are you carrying him along if he's not match fit?
You're talking about carrying Deepak Chahar along. So I would also ask you then, what is Ashwin's role over here? Why is Ashwin being carried all the way to UAE? If he's not even
He's been
given a chance against Hong Kong.
it's a curious case of R. Ashwin, like you have said earlier. He's been carried along everywhere from England to Dubai and not getting a chance in playing 11. It's very unfortunate that we are doing this to one of our senior most players in the squad. His role should be absolutely clear. There should be space for somebody like Ashwin. Uh, Definitely today, Jadeja being ruled out is a big opportunity. I do still have my doubts over his batting and also the rustiness that comes in a player. Right, you
Exactly.
are traveling with the team through various continents, but you're not being given a chance in playing 11. Just barely practicing in the nets and barely carrying a legacy. Is it good enough? I really don't know what are they doing with Ashwin.
Sajal, what do you think is the actual reason behind Ashwin not making the playing 11?
That only Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma can tell you. I mean, I don't
And
think
they don't
anybody
want
else
any
can.
outside noise coming and disturbing them. It's
But
all happening in that core group.
What Ashwin can give you is that, like Preeti was saying earlier, that we are not quite sure about his batting credentials. That's true because he has not been that consistent in terms of his batting. But you also have to understand in a T20 format, Ashwin is not the best fielder as well. So I don't know. I mean, if you just take him in the team just to bowl 4 overs, doubtful. But if you are carrying Ashwin, there has to be some logic behind it. So at the moment, I'm also clueless, just like Preeti is, and maybe you also.
Preeti, I asked you this question the other day. Rohit Sharma is getting starts, but he's not converting them. There is a serious problem at the top. KL Rahul has also not been among the runs. So now, do you see a change happening 2 months ahead of the World Cup? Maybe a Ishan Kishan gets a longer rope, plays all the games against Australia, or why not try Shubman Gill? The guy has hit a purple patch.
Uh, Ankit, it's not about me wanting these changes. I have told this to you before. It's all about the team management that is going to back the same playing 11. And just a month and a half before the World Cup, forget about any of these changes. They are going to back the same top three in their batting order when they reach Australia for the World Cup. And trust you me, at this point in time, I do not see other youngsters like Ishan Kishan and Shubman Gill coming in this in this batting order. We know we have a huge bench strength. We know that we have many talented batsmen in our country, and our bench strength is actually our biggest strength. But the problem is, लोग आते हैं और चले जाते हैं without getting enough chances. What happened to Prithvi Shaw? What are we doing with Shubman Gill? What are we doing with Ishan Kishan? And there are many such names that we can, continue to count on our fingers. It's the lack of opportunities that these people get, and it's the number of opportunities that some others are getting. Somewhere the selectors, somewhere the management has to draw a line that in a competitive side like India, you will get only these number of opportunities. If you don't perform, if you fail to prove yourself, then the next person will get the opportunity. Sadly, we do not have that system right now.
Sajal, amid all the curious cases that we have been speaking about in the last 8 minutes over here, there is also a curious case of Pant and DK. Today, who is playing, who is not playing? Do you see Pant sitting out again? Dinesh Karthik being preferred as the finisher. He comes in, scores 26 of 8 balls, plays that role. What do you reckon? Or will Pant play?
Well, that question was asked, isn't it, in the last in the match against Hong Kong or just before that? And I think Rahul Dravid or somebody from the management addressed that question that they preferred Dinesh Karthik for a specific reason. I mean, I'm clueless as to what that reason would be. In the past 5 years or so, I don't think anybody has won India that many matches as Rishabh Pant has. To be very honest with you. So for me, Pant plays, but you never know. I mean, it's very difficult to call whether they're going to go with Pant and Karthik. They might play all three: KL Rahul, Dinesh Karthik, and Rishabh Pant. You never know.
So finally, one final question. Let's just predict. I mean, India or Pakistan, Preeti?
Oh, well,
Because
well. It's
Pakistan
all about
really played well the
loyalties.
other day. They
Do you
bundled out Hong
realize?
Kong for 38 runs.
Yeah, do you realize,
So they are
Ankit,
in good form.
because of that performance of Pakistan today, I'm wearing a color which is neither green nor blue.
That's
I'm
very
not able to
diplomatic
pick a
of you,
side.
Preeti.
I'm trying
But
to be very diplomatic
percentages.
because honestly, okay, in terms of chances, I'm going to stick my neck out and I'm going to say it's 60-40 in favor of Pakistan today. I don't know. I might get trolled for it. I
Jesus
don't know.
Christ.
But I do feel that it's 60-40 in favor of Pakistan today. I'm going to give them a slight edge purely
Preeti,
on
you
the
have a
basis of
backdrop
what they
that
have
is
shown
blue.
so far.
Preeti, you have a backdrop
But
that is blue.
my heart bleeds blue. I'm praying
Okay,
for
we
blue,
all
but
are
I'm
bleeding
just
blue
telling you
today.
a very fair assessment.
Sajal, what's your take on this?
India, in one word.
And percentage is 100%.
I will I will say 70-30. India is a on papers as well. India is a strong side. I think they're a better just a better side in terms of the players that they have right now.
So there you heard it. We have a divided house today. But yes, it seems like we are all bleeding blue. My backdrop is blue. Preeti's backdrop is blue. Sajal is wearing blue. So I think India has the edge over Pakistan today, also for a fact because they beat them in the first game. So yes, thank you for sharing all your insights about the match. Do stay tuned to India.com Cricket Country for all the latest from Asia Cup and across sports. Thank you so much for joining us in this session. Thank you.